Super Bowl Sunday, you better you bet. Westwood One Sports presented by BetMGM. Not often we get to be joined on the show by Pro Football Hall of Famer, the great Rod Woodson, here with me now. Rod, what's going on?
What's going on? Appreciate you.
I want to start with this. We were talking off air, and I asked you, why are you not wearing the Hall of Fame jacket? And your response was what?
It's like a mustard yellow.
So it's not the most visually
The
appealing
only
jacket.
time I've ever wear my jacket is when I'm doing something for the hall.
Okay.
So other than that, it's no reason to. I look at it in my closet.
So you got elected in 2009.
Yes.
When you first made the Hall of Fame, did you wear the jacket more often then? Is it like something that's the novelty's worn off?
No, I never wore. I mean, I'm not like that. So I mean, I got in.
I am.
The first jacket wasn't a fitted jacket, so
Okay.
it was like a little bigger. I got 3 jackets.
You do.
Yeah, so I got
Can I
3.
have one?
No. The last one I got is nice.
Okay.
It's a lot nicer. Inside it has like the Hall of Fame building. It's for the interior. It has and you get a number. So my number, I was a 253rd Hall of Famer to go into the hall. And they put that patch inside of your jacket. Well, the first jacket had nothing in it. Didn't have my name, didn't have the patch. The last one did. So the last one is the one I normally use, and I'll use it this afternoon. We got a luncheon for the Hall of Fame. We're going to introduce the new class, so we'll do that in about a couple hours.
When you put the jacket on, do you feel like Superman?
No. I mean, I wish I could.
I think that's so interesting.
But I wish I would have I could put
we had
it.
Thurman Thomas on last year, and he was I think he said he felt like Superman when he wore the jacket, which doesn't mean you have to.
He played in Buffalo, though.
Okay.
So, come on. Are you going to listen to anybody that played in Buffalo?
Should we or no?
No. Not.
Do you think they made the right move firing Sean McDermott?
No.
Why?
It was emotional. If you listen to the owner and the GM, they did it after they went into the locker room after a loss. Well, what do you think? What do you think players are going to be after a loss? They're going to be emotional. Now, is Joe Brady going to be better than Sean McDermott? Yet to be seen. But Sean McDermott went to the postseason every single year as a head coach, outside of one.
Yeah.
Outside of one, right? And then he doesn't get to.
He didn't go. Josh Allen's rookie year.
So he did. And he doesn't get to go into the new stadium and lead that charge. And maybe you blamed him because of right before halftime, or a couple years ago when Kansas City kind of marched right down the field.
13 seconds.
Right,
yeah.
13 seconds. So maybe that was a part of it too. But then, still, you don't do it after the fact. You give it a couple days. You let everything reset, and then you make the decision.
So you got elected to the Hall of Fame because social media is just starting, right?
Yeah.
So I got a big kick out of this last night. So and look, this is airing on Sunday, but we're taping this on Friday, just to say
right.
that. So I get back to my hotel after dinner last night, and I'm scrolling on Instagram, and I follow all the NFL accounts, right?
Right.
And Ronnie Lott goes to Roger Craig's house to tell him he made the Hall of Fame.
That's pretty cool.
And, we've got Julius Peppers tells Luke Kuechly he made the Hall of Fame. And these social videos, and Roger Craig's crying, he's emotional. How do you not love stuff like that? How did Rod Woodson find out that he made the Hall of Fame?
Well, this is way before the Knocks, right? So the Knocks came so much later. So I was working for the NFL Network. It was in Tampa. As I was walking to work to do my segment for Total Access, Rich Eisen's up there, and the show starts. And as soon as the show starts, my family is put up on the screen, and everybody in our neighborhood has 26 jerseys on.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you probably knew you were going in, I'm guessing, right?
I really didn't know, because I don't think of myself like that. Like, I just play ball. I'm a country boy from Indiana that just play football. And if you want to put me in something, put me in it. If you don't want to put me in it, it's not going to change my life. But going into the hall, and I learned through when they popped the screen up there, and Rich is like, congratulations, you're a Hall of Famer. And I'm like, I looked at him, I said, you're really trying to make me cry on TV right now, huh, Rich? Dude, now I'm in my head, I'm like, don't you dare cry, Rod. Don't you dare start crying. And my wife comes on TV, and I'm like, don't do it, Rod. Don't you dare cry. And she's crying, and I'm like, I'm trying to pull myself together, and I'm like, okay, let's let me say something, and I said something stupid, then I'm like, okay, I can get away with this thing.
Oh man, did you shed a tear?
I did. I was choked up a little bit just
How
for the
could you
fact.
not be, right?
I mean, it is. I mean, it's a great honor. Listen. I only played football because my older brothers play ball. I was the youngest of 3 boys. Started playing football. I just got bigger, faster, stronger than they did, right? And I just got a little bit better, and better as I got older. So I think for me it was more so an honor because thousands of people put on a uniform every single year in the National Football League. And at that point, only the 253rd player to make it in the history of pro football. And to me, that's very humbling because I don't consider myself one of the greatest. I respect. I just don't see myself like that, right? I just play ball. You want to say I was great, then that's great. Do I think I know ball? Yes.
You're a Hall of Famer, 2 positions, and just one.
To me, I think there's multiple layers to it. I think I go to Pittsburgh. My first year in Pittsburgh, I have Tony Dungy as my D coordinator and my DB coach, right? After he leaves, pretty good. After he leaves, a guy named Rod Rust comes in. And
former head coach of the Patriots in the early 90s.
But Rod was a great defensive-minded guy. He was the one that challenged me. He cussed me out in the walkthrough, told me, you are MMFing this, and you need to start learning how to play the game. And this is the offseason. And I don't know what made me say it. I said, well, teach me. And he was like, well, come to my office. I go to his office.
He probably loved you when you said that.
I mean, it was, and I don't know what made me say it at that point, but it was the best sentence I ever stated in my life.
Yeah.
Like, hey, give me something.
Because you want to win. That's the answer, right?
And then I think at the end of the day, we go into his office. He teaches me ball. After about a 4-week window, this little green light clicked on. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. This is all they do? He's like, yeah, you just got to believe it when you see it. I'm like, oh, don't worry about that. And I went to 7 straight Pro Bowls after that. And I just kept learning the game through different people. And then after that, Dick LeBeau, Dom Capers, and Bill Cowher.
All pretty good.
Come in. And I'm like, yeah, they're pretty smart too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my 10-year window in Pittsburgh was just like full of knowledge. Because everybody's athletic. Everybody's talented that comes into the National Football League. But it's the guys who have the football knowledge consistently and can display that on game day without thinking about it. Those are the guys that are the Hall of Famers.
If I made you choose, and to be clear, you never have to, Super Bowl ring or Hall of Fame induction, you can only have one. Where do you take
Hall of Fame. Because it's limited. Super Bowl is every single year. I mean, we all play individually, collectively, as teams to be the best ever, and that's for being a Super Bowl winner. But individually, you can play great, and you can play at such a high level throughout your whole career, and they don you with a gold jacket and with a ring that, to me, has more meaning because it is an individual. It's not just an individual honor because I need my teammates to help me do things. Like I need to look at my safety Darren Perry and go, and if I gave him that little nod, he means I was jumping everything. I need him to help me if they double move me, and he would.
I'm a Giants fan. Did you guys?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you guys have to be so rough on them in Super Bowl 35 or what?
They had their best game when they played Minnesota.
So this is a true story. Game starts. I'm watching with my dad and grandfather. Both have passed away since, but I'm watching with my dad and my grandfather. First play of the game. Giants get the ball first. Now, Kerry Collins, like you said, had played the best game of his career in the AFC Championship game. The camera goes close up on Kerry Collins' face. I'll never forget this. I have like goosebumps right now thinking about it. My dad looks at me and says, his eyes are as wide as dinner plates. We're done. Like, we're going to get killed.
Oh, my gosh. You know what happened? So they smashed Minnesota.
41-0.
Right?
It's 14-0 in the blink of an eye.
I mean, and we're like, how did they beat Minnesota like that? So me and Ray Lewis, on Monday, we go into our meeting rooms. We're watching the films, and we're like, if they get across the 50-yard line against us, we quit. We're going to take our helmets off, and we're going to get off. We're walking off the field because we knew they were going to try to run the football against us.
And I'm like, and Ron Dane, and never going to happen.
And I'm like, you're not going to run the football against us, fellas.
Yeah.
We got Sam Adams and Tony Saragusa, Rob Burnett, Michael McCrary, and our linebackers all can run.
It's insane. It was insane.
Our second, we had young corners, and had me
at McAllister and Starks, right?
Yeah, McAllister and Starks had me and Kim Herring and
Kim Herring was a great player, right?
Yeah, and Corey Harris was our other safety that played quite a bit. So you had all of us in the back end. So we were like, you're going to try to run the ball against us. It ain't happening, man.
Did you feel like the AFC champion and so just so you, Rich Gannon's a good friend of mine. We used to work together. It felt that was the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, we felt that whoever won that was going to win the Super Bowl. Even though depending, because we already knew. So when the Giants beat Minnesota, we're just like, how in the world did that happen? That's the first thing. But whoever wins this game is going to win this thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what we were saying. So we just had to go out there and play our best football. And then obviously we had, Rich gets belly flopped.
Well, I mean, it's probably like if you did that into God rest Tony Siragusa's soul.
Yeah.
If that happened today, you go to Guantanamo Bay.
That is
you go to prison.
It's a penalty. They're keeping the ball. They're moving it down the field.
He gave him the Superfly Jimmy Snook a big splash. It was insane.
He did.
You know when I knew you guys were going to win that year? Just from I love the NFL. You guys played, I don't know if you remember this, you played the Jets in week 17, the last game of the regular season. And the Jets, because I'm from New York, I'm a Giants fan, but Jets were 9-4. They needed to win one of their final 3 games to make the playoffs. They lost in week 16 on a John Hall missed field goal. They played you guys in week 17. I watched the game, right? And I'm thinking, no one's going to score on this team in the entire postseason. Did you when did you guys feel like this is like we got it?
I think it was a process through the season because I think the third game of the year we gave up 35 points to Jacksonville, and we're like, what the frick? We knew we had a good defense. We didn't know how good we were going to be, and we just saw every week we just got better. We played faster. We got better. Marvin Lewis had some great game plans. And I think for me, it was probably mid-season where we said, oh, man, nobody can score against us. We only gave up 17 touchdowns the whole year.
And and the offense was, and people forget, Tony Banks was the quarterback for a lot of that year before he settled on Trent. You guys had a stretch of 3 or 4 consecutive games without scoring a touchdown.
We had 5 games, was it 5? 4 or 5 games that we did not score a touchdown. And we won 3 of them.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous. We have limited time here. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? And then we'll talk about NFL alumni.
Yeah, I'm 70-30 Seattle. I like Seattle's defense. I mean, I like New England's defense too, but I like Seattle's defense a little bit more. And I'm really pushing for Sam Darnold because I'm pushing for a guy who everybody thought it was a bust when he went to his first team. Everybody thought he was a bust when he went to his second team. He goes to San Francisco, kind of gets a reset. He goes to Minnesota, wins 14. Minnesota says, not good enough. He goes to Seattle, wins another 14. I want to see him win because I think it validates players not showing up when people think they should show up, but they're learning how to play in the league. And everybody who comes into the league is talented in some form or fashion.
The way I phrase it is this. I'm curious if you agree. I said this on the show. I don't know, we're on the air all the time. He's an American success story.
Yes. He is.
He's someone, I'm not saying this to be hyperbolic or dramatic. I have a daughter, right? So I'm a dad now. When my daughter faces adversity or anyone's you want them to attack that adversity and treat it the way he did in his career.
Yeah.
No matter what happens on Sunday in the game, today in the game.
Yeah, and I know. I think when he went to San Francisco, and he didn't have to start, and he learned the game from Kyle Shanahan from his viewpoint. I think that was his oh snap.
Like you with Rod Russ, right?
Right. So it's like that. It was like that aha moment that he still learned. He's like, oh man, this is just ball. This is football. So now he knew if it was a 6 technique, rotation going to come over here, I'm going to throw over here because it's going to be one-on-one. And he's played extremely well because of that. And I think, for me, I like to see that success happen in a positive way and him to be not even to have validation, but for him to just to say, you know what, everybody can see that you can go from the so-called bust to a Super Bowl winner and one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
It's amazing. Speaking of amazing, tell us what you've got cooking with our friends, NFL alumni.
Yeah, NFL alumni cancer program. It's about making sure that people are educated with lung cancer. Lung cancer is the third most lung cancer, or the third highest lung cancer in the U.S. 80 to 90% of lung cancer is from smoking. You can't get lung cancer from secondhand smoke, because my mom used to smoke when I was a kid. But also, I think if you can go to NFL A for alumni gear up /cancer, all the information is there. Pre-screening, be proactive. We just want everybody to making sure that if they have a cough, if they feel like something's wrong, make sure they go into the doctor and get screened.
Rod, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
this
you.
Is awesome.
Absolutely.
Pro Football Hall of Famer Rod Woodson here with us on Super Bowl Sunday. The show rolls on right after this on Westwood One Sports.